Day 7, midway through week 2 here at the University of Colorado. Training camp underway. We got the defensive line coaches today. We're hit the 7-day mark. What would be your estimation, Uncle Neely, about where this team is 7 days in this year compared to last year?
You ended that perfectly, because I was going to say, compared to last year, way ahead of schedule. Because last year, and it's going to sound like a broken record, I do not think we came into camp in camp shape. That's not the case this year. And so you didn't have those 2 or 3 days of trying to get acclimated. They were able to hit the ground running. And the big boys, the D-line coaches who are here today, they got talent and depth, and those guys are rotating in and out with speed, man. So we were where we should be this year, but compared to last year, we're ahead.
Unc, we heard from the three-headed monster, the defensive line coaches, Coach Sapp, Coach Pecco, Coach Hilo. There was a three-headed monster in the defensive line coaches last year, but a different group of guys. How have you seen this kind of new trio kind of gel together and try to get the best out of this defensive line unit?
Although it's not the same three, so it's not apples to oranges, as you said, I think the chemistry is better. I think the communication style, the expectations are more concrete now. And, just think about it, Scott. You stood there and listened to each one of them. Mm-hmm. You would want to play for each one of them.
Each and every one.
Like they got a different style, like a different flair, right, but they bring something so unique to the table. You look at Hilo, the tactician, the technician. Yeah. You look at Sapp, just uber aggressive, and then you got just that calm-eyed hurricane in Pecco. Like all of them bring something to the table that the players embrace. They're on the same page with terminology. They're on the same page with expectation. Definitely. They're on the same page with effort. It works.
That eye of the hurricane is fire. I'm going to have to steal it.
Yeah. He's calm, but just wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so since we did media today or yesterday, I want to just ask you about some players who maybe we haven't got to hear your take on so far through camp.
Throw him at me.
First one, it seems like he's been balling. Running back Simeon Price.
He has been. We had 3 backs participate in the presser. He was not one of them. But when he gets his reps, man, he's making the most of it. Physical guy, knows how to initiate the contact, but also knows how to avoid it. Like everybody's seen that hurdle, that jump he did. Got a very talented running back room. I think, if anything, Marshall Faulk understated the depth in the committee. It's going to be a big committee.
We heard a lot from those 3 defensive line coaches today about Anquin Barnes, right? Coach Sapp said, hey, if you still weighing 340 pounds, whatever you were back in the spring, you just not going to play for me.
Yeah.
And he's down to 305 right now. They're really impressed, obviously, him. Coach Pecco talked about him as well. What have you seen from big Anquin Barnes, and what do you expect from him, kind of this fall, based on what you've seen?
Dedication, embracing it, accepting the challenge. And I see Swayze's fingerprints all over it, just like you do with Seaton. I think because of Seaton's age and more obvious body change, everybody was focused on that.
Right.
But Barnes accomplished the same thing.
Sure.
They totally can change their bodies, and you see it in practice. Like, they're not coming out of reps as quick as they used to. They're explosive to the ball. They're demanding it from others. They're not last in the drills. They're first. Yeah. As this coach said, man, he's going to make some noise this year.
It's a scary sight.
It really is. We got big boys.
For real.
Sticking with the trenches, but on the other side, right tackle is probably the big offensive line battle, but center also a pretty important one as well. Been looking for answers at that position the last 3 years. Just what have you seen from that group? Zarian McGill, I think Tyler Brown's in there getting some reps.
Mix, yeah.
What have you seen from that group and those guys?
Yo-Yo's in that mix.
Mm-hmm.
They all 3 want it, and they're not conceding anything to it. I see the 3 of them not only before practice and after practice doing snaps, they actually help each other with it and critique each other. So, because I think at the end of the day, man, here's what is kind of stuck in people's mindset here. You got to do your thing, but if the team doesn't win, no one's looking at the team. You got to be on a winning team to go pro. If you're a good guy on a bad team, nobody notices you. Right. And so, more importantly than wanting to start, these guys want to win. They want the best center out there, and they're fighting individually to be that best center. But it's how did DJ McKinney put it about the quarterbacks?
Competitive, not combative.
Competitive, but not combative. You see the same thing in the center battle.
I love that. Who have been some player of the practices, of the last couple of practices? Some guys maybe who have stood out to you or actually got that title that's been kind of given out?
I still think we have yet to see the best of this receiver room, man. Mm-hmm. It is deep. I know that Jason Phillips will be on the podium sometime next week. Can't wait to hear from him on how he's managing this big group of egos and talent, because they all want the ball and they're all capable of getting the ball.
For sure.
And the margin of error between being a guy and not is so small. Because one thing he's doing in that receiver room, I don't care if you're a freshman.
Yeah.
You're here. And when you're here, I'm going to hold you to the same accountability as the seniors. So for me, I'm waiting on those receivers to break out.
Can I ask you about one guy in that receiver room who
Sure.
I think is flying under the radar a little bit, a returner? Isaiah Harge. We heard a lot about him from Coach Phillips,
Yep.
from Coach Prime this spring. Is that hype continuing throughout fall
Absolutely,
camp?
because he's an athlete, man.
Yeah.
I think what happened with that, the buzz of great jerseys went away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you had him and Travis out there before in a great jersey. Oh, look at that. That's unique and different. Hard is still that same dude. He's just in a white jersey all the time,
Right.
and with the receivers all the time. He's going to break out and explode.
You know, I actually watched a highlight video last night, like all the big plays from Colorado last season.
Yeah.
And I forgot Isaiah Harsh took a Wildcat snap at a home
Yes.
game here, too.
Yes.
Like, they really had him do almost everything.
Yeah, and they forget about that spring game.
Right.
Yeah. Like when he was, like everything. I think he played center
Yeah.
and snapped to himself.
Well, there you go. Day 7 in the books. We'll be back later in the week. We got Media Day.
Media Day Friday, big day.
And Coach Prime is speaking as well. It's
He
going to be
is
fun.
speaking. Yep.
All right. See you guys next time.